within organic agriculture, there's a racial and ethnic hierarchy. Most of the owners, the growers, as we call them, are Anglo. Then you have the supervisors. In the farm worker community, there's few words that evoke deeper emotions than tejano or contratista. And tejano means Spanish-speaking Texan, and contratista is a farm labor contractor, which is a kind of a temp agency in our industry. Both of whom are seen largely with disdain, mostly because they're the ones that are seen as, taking very drastic, inhumane measures towards workers. And those, the contratistas and or tejanos tend to be the higher management. Then they'll hire kind of their favorite workers to be their hench folks. And then from there you have kind of a hierarchy based on your state of origin. And it depends on farm by farm, but really people will identify first and foremost, if you're from Michoacan or Hidalgo and Nayarit, and then if you're indigenous, you're at the bottom of the totem pole, and if you're a woman and indigenous, that's the bottom of the bottom. It permeates their lives. Because that hierarchy doesn't just exist in the fields, it exists in their communities, it exists in their churches, it exists in their schools, it exists everywhere they turn. And that's, a constant source of frustration for people as they're trying to figure out how do you move forward. The other problem, though, and a structural problem that we're still dealing with in agriculture, most of your supervisors obtain their positions because the folks higher up than them like them. Not because they have any HR skills. I would put the money on the fact the overwhelming majority of your management agriculture has no HR skills. And so painting with a very broad brush, what happens, and this is part of the legacy of PCUN, is you have people that are put in positions with no training, no inherent ability to manage. And it's kind of like if you were raised in an abusive family, and then when you become a parent, then what you do is that's what you think proper parenting is, and you become the abuser. Same thing in agriculture. And when you're a worker, you are abused. You are verbally abused. You might be physically abused, but you are abused. And so when you have the opportunity to take that position and you're being told to get workers to do A and not B, the only model is what you've experienced. And so you threaten, you intimidate, you coerce, you do what you got to do that, for many of us, we'd find intolerable. But that is our industry. That is agriculture. And that's one of the real legacies that we've got to figure out how to overcome. And in the case of PCUN, they had no interest in doing so.